Alright, we're going to move on to the points. Same sort of thing, well, it's exactly the same process except for one extra thing that I do. As the points have gone in, I dip them straight into a cup of cold water just to make sure if the points are a little bit too hot, it cools them down straight away, not to damage the carbon. Alright, so I'll just go grab the water and we'll move on to the points. Alright, generally use a plastic cup and I place it on the floor, and once they're in there I put them in there and leave them in there and move on to the next one. And that's that. Alright, grab this arrow again. Point. And you want to just heat it slowly all the way up and down. Bit on the end of the glue. Both sides. Remember again, if you're using the craft glue, heat it enough for it to go clear and not milky. It does smoke a little bit, the craft glue, but it doesn't get too hot. Put it in, and again twisting all the way to get some good coverage over the point. All the way down to the end. Straight into a cup, into your water. Cold sets it. Make sure it doesn't damage the shaft, just in case the point was a little bit too hot. But as you say, use this glue. It's very low temp, so it's not as much of a risk, but it's just a fail-safe that I like to do. Alright, point number 2. Both sides. Again with the heat it up enough to go clear. And straight in, twisting the whole time, all the way to the end. You'll get a nice little ring of glue at the end. And into the water. Alright, so that's points and pins. Now we're going to put some knocks on, put them in the fletching jig and fletch them up. Okay, fletching jig, trusty old Bitzenberger. Open up these knocks. These purple biters look super nice. So that's the biter H pin, so the biter hunter pin. It's probably, in my opinion, it's the best knock on the market. It's the best thing you'll buy. Super consistent, and you'll get the best release and shot out of them, that's for sure. Alright, get the arrow out of the water, give it a wipe off. Now, see you've got the ring of glue left over, that should just peel off, no worries. Like so. Same for the pin. Alright, push the knock on and into the jig. As I said, Fusion Q2i vanes, it's the best vane on the market as far as I'm concerned. I love it. So consistent, so durable. I get a good tune out of it. Just makes everything easy. Like I said, and you can hit them. Just get this glue off my jig here. I didn't clean it last time. Yeah, you can shoot into those vanes as long as it doesn't rip all the way down. I've got no qualms about continuing to shoot them. They still perform. Alright, fletching the jig. I'll just check the spacing. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Now I got my jig set with a straight clamp. Always shoot a straight clamp. I'm not a huge fan of the helical, but I do offset it. It's about 2 degrees. And once it's set, I don't change it. And I shoot all my vanes, whether it's 2.1, 3 inch, 4 inch, whatever, they all get the same offset, so I don't have to change my jig. They all works quite well, super consistent. Alright, grab your glue. It's just a Loctite gel super glue. This one's called Powerflex. I've been using this for a while. It works a treat and it's super cheap. It's like $7 a bottle. Over your 401 or 406, that's like $27 or $30 a bottle. And you'll do quite a few dozen arrows with this one little bottle. The good thing about the gel is it just comes out in tiny little sections. So you go down the vane, probably 3 to 4 dots on it, and just smear it out across the vane. Put it on the jig and press it on firmly and wait for it to set. Now this stuff will get a bond within 5 seconds, it says, but I generally try and leave it, at least 30 seconds before I take it off. Just grab a piece of towel or a rag, just clean off the excess glue that may come out from underneath the vane. Keep it looking nice and neat. And that'll probably do it. Yep. Alright, turn the jig onto the next one, vane in, glue, now with glue on your vane, less is more sort of thing. You just want enough to cover the base of the vane. You don't want to go too crazy, otherwise it takes too long to set, or you'll have excess glue everywhere, which doesn't look that great. But you'll get a better bond with just enough to cover the base of the vane. Don't know if you can see, but being black, but just enough to cover the base of the vane. Put it on, Push it down firmly. Grab a paper towel, wipe off the excess. Alright, so I've just skipped along to the last fletch. Just give it a quick wipe over. It's been in there 20-30 seconds now, should be bonded enough. Just remove the clamp. Just inspect it to make sure you've got good adhesion. All the base of the vane is on the arrow shaft. Yep, looking pretty good. Haven't got too much excess glue about, which is nice. Something like that. Alright, now I can move on to do the rest of them. Get this dude out shooting, test out the arrows. Alright, so that's how I put the arrows together. If you've got any questions or want to know more about the Q2i vane or biter knocks or any questions in general, just hit me up in the comments or inbox or Facebook, whatever the go is. And yeah, happy to have a chat to you about any of it. Alright guys, take care.